What is up, lovely people? Candace B here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Welcome back to my subscribers and welcome to my new ones. How are you guys doing today? I hope you had an amazing, splendiferous, fantabulous week. I know I use those weird words, but those are the words that came to my head. I hope you guys had a profitable week, a week of learning, and I hope that if you did not have the ideal week in terms of trading, I hope that you just use it as a learning lesson and you figure out what mistakes you made and how to improve. That's all we can do, okay? We're human. I'm definitely giving you guys lioness vibes right now. I tried to blow dry my own hair and yeah, as you can see, it was kind of a fail. This is as like blow dried as I can get it. If I go to my hairdresser, you know, she makes me look awesome, but because, you know, the pandemonium, whatever you want to call it, because of that, obviously, hairdressers are closed right now, well, where I live. So we just vibe it. We just trying to do our own hair, okay? So don't watch that. Don't watch it, okay? Just anyways, this is for all you guys who were like, yeah, Candace, we want to see your face in these videos. Here I am, okay? This is as good as it gets, like, honestly. But yes, today I'm back again with another Forex analysis video. I'm gonna review the trades that I took this past week on GBP, JPY, of course, and then I'm gonna do a quick analysis and kind of go from there. My screen just turned off. And of course, as a quick disclaimer, the way I analyze my charts, the trades I choose to take, etc., is just how I approach the markets. It's just from my point of view, my opinion, my experience. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a mentor, I'm not a signal service provider. Someone asked me that last week. I was like, what? But yeah, I don't do any of that. I'm just speaking out loud. So yeah, that being said, let us look at the charts here. So it was a pretty good week, I would say, overall when it comes to GJ. I did catch quite a few pips, which is always a good thing. And obviously the goal is to always end in profits or just, you know, to protect your capital by the end of the week. So this week I did end in profit. So I just want to quickly go back because I remember this was where we were kind of talking about things last week and I said that I was bullish, my bias was bullish, and sure enough, the bulls took over and shot up. But sure enough, I did not take a trade on Monday. So I was just like, by the time I looked at the charts or I had like time to look at the charts, GJ was already to the moon. So I was like, okay, that's all good. But yeah, so it's never a bad thing. You know, you miss a trade, whatever. What can you do at the end of the day? Obviously, there's going to be many more opportunities, but GBP, JPY has been pretty beautiful. So let's quickly go through these trades real quick. Tuesday was the first time I took a trade, and let me just go to the 5-minute because it's kind of, these were kind of scalps, I guess you can say. Yeah, so I've been trying to stick to that whole trading between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. I did take probably 2 trades outside of that time, but other than that, I stayed pretty consistent. So as you can see, this is my first trade of the week. It was around 1 a.m. on the Tuesday, and pretty much the reason why I took this trade was because I saw that price had it had been rallying up, of course, on Monday, and then it reached that kind of overbought area where it rejected this area here. So as you can see, kind of just getting a visual on the 5-minute, we see higher lows, higher highs being formed, and then we see this kind of consolidation area, this range starting to be formed. So it's like you kind of see price moving up in a trend, and then boom, it just kind of stagnates and goes sideways. So that is what I kind of, I definitely saw as an opportunity to see what price would do. And sure enough, price did reject this area and it started making lower highs, lower lows. So I kind of waited, and price did push down, but I wasn't ready to enter just yet. I waited for an exhaustion, a pullback, and then I entered a sell. But unfortunately, I got stopped out pretty darn quickly. Only lost, you know, 9 pips, not a big deal at all. And price kind of was just doing its thing. I decided to re-enter at 140-ish, and what I did was once I saw, obviously my stop loss was different because I put my stop loss to break even, but it was higher. It was just above these highs here. Once I saw that price was moving down, I did put my stop loss at break even, and then I went to bed, and unfortunately my stop loss was hit, but it's not really unfortunate because I didn't lose anything. I protected my capital from there. So that was pretty much it for Tuesday. As you can see, I did not trade on Wednesday. Why did I not trade on Wednesday? I don't know. I think stuff happened. I'm sorry if you hear a vacuum in the background. I'm just realizing there is a vacuum happening downstairs. So I apologize for that. But yeah, hopefully the music kind of overrides that sound. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't trade on Wednesday. I forget, but I must have been busy doing other stuff. So that's all good. You know, you don't have to be in the market every day. So that being said, whatever, life went on. Oh, I'm on the 5 minutes, so let me move up to a higher time frame. And then I did take a really good trade, which I'm super, you know, proud of, on the Thursday, the 18th. Is that? Yeah, that's the 18th. Let me just check my, yeah, because today's, yeah, okay, 18th. So I did take a really good trade. So I anticipated this trade. So of course, you know, I had my markups here. I saw that price was rejecting this area. It broke above, creating a new high. So I used that as kind of like a new area to draw a zone. It pushed back down, back into this area. It consolidated, as you can see. And price was just kind of doing its thing. If you want to look at it from this 30-minute, I guess you can call this like a head and shoulder type of pattern, I guess. I don't really use that pattern, but I keep it in mind kind of. So yeah, I saw that price had kind of did that pattern and it bottomed out here. It came back down. Let me just delete this. Wow. Let me just delete here. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I'm not even on the right thing. Just gonna delete this here and show y'all. When price came down here the first time, it obviously rejected it. So I drew out a zone area because if you look left, you know, their price was in this area and it used this zone area as a resistance before, and then it became a support, etc. And so when price had kind of did its thing during Wednesday, whatever, Tuesday, Wednesday, and came back down to this level, I was waiting to see if price would break past this level and close below and retest and then go down, right? That's what I always look for, a break and a retest. But I noticed that price did break, but it was not able to close below. It kind of came back down to this area here where it was kind of high traffic, and then it pushed back up. So I just kind of waited. Honestly, I was just patient. I waited. I did not do anything until I saw more confirmations. At this point, I was hunting a buy because the fact that, you know, if we look at the grand scheme of things, if we zoom out, we see prices moving up, of course, so automatically it's like, you know, how can you negate that being a bias? And then as well, when I came up here, when I saw that, you know, at the same area where resistance was being made, support was now being made, I use that as, you know, an ideal pullback. So one thing, honestly, is just that, you know, you want to, obviously we all want to see this. We always want to see these beautiful, easy movements. But as you can see here, that's not what happened. You know, price did make that higher low, higher high, but it did it in a very kind of ugly way. So you see the higher low, higher high, and then you see kind of that being formed. But there's so much that happened in the middle of it that it's kind of like, it can psych you out. So when I kind of scaled back and I noticed that, oh, okay, it's creating a higher low, I just waited for my entry. And then I always do that. And so I just waited for my time to enter the market. I entered, I guess, just like right at midnight. And then I set my stop loss underneath here, take profit. I didn't want to set my take profit too high. I just kind of used this traffic area here to set my take profit. I wanted to get out before any kind of pullback or indecision happened. And then, yeah, and my stop loss was, not my stop loss, my take profit was hit overnight. A smooth 41 pip move, easy, simple. Honestly, this is as easy and simple as it gets, to be honest with you. It didn't take much thought or planning, but it did take thought and planning, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was a beautiful trade. So I was cool with that. Really, that just, like, you know, pushed me into a good amount of profits for the week. And then came the stupid trade. And then came the stupid trade. And I like being transparent with you guys because honestly, I like to show my losses. I like to show the fact that Forex is not roses and daisies. You know what I mean? Like, this is real life. Like, this is what it is. So basically, my thought process was that, okay, price was pushing up, it was bound to exhaust and, you know, correct itself at this point just because it was just so bullish. But as they always say, the trend is your friend. So why not follow the trend, Candace? Why not? But yeah, this was a lapse in judgment, I will admit. Pretty much what I saw was that price was very, very, like, it was ranging here. It was consolidating, moving sideways, as you can see. I thought that, you know, at this point, really the bulls were just, they were done. They were pretty much exhausted and the bears were about to step in. So there was kind of a little, you know, fighting match here. I mean, you can even draw, if you want to be more specific, we could have just drawn a zone. I'm on the 30-minute, by the way. You could have drawn a zone here, but whatever. So once I saw that price had not been able to create a new high, you know, it tried once here, tried again here, but it wasn't able to successfully break above this last high. That's when I was like, okay, let me see if there's gonna be a break and a retest of this zone here. Because remember, I had drawn this zone, so I just kind of pushed it over, made it bigger, and why does this happen? And yeah, so I waited, and that's what I saw. I saw a break, and I saw a retest, and I saw a close below. I'm wondering, I did see it on the 1 hour as well. And that was really my reasoning to enter the sell. But unfortunately, it wasn't even a bad trade, because there was a reason why I was in the trade. It's just that I didn't have enough confluences, I would say. So when I had entered a sell, price pushed down just for a little bit, and then it shot up. So what happened was, stop doing this, Candace. What happened was I was still awake when I saw this. And at that point, I was just letting my trade play out. I already knew my risk. I already knew my reward. I was accepting of both. I did not care if my stop loss got hit, to be completely honest with you. So I was just waiting to see if it would hit, and price did not hit my stop loss and it pushed down. But by the time it had pushed down, I had fallen asleep. So I was snoozing away. And by the time I had woken up, I saw that price had kind of pushed down below my entry point again, and then it pushed up. So I was like, damn it. So at that point, you know, I exited just before my stop loss. My stop loss, I think, was just above here. I did just exit, and I said, all right, it is what it is, whatever. So lost 27 pips from there, still in profits because of that beautiful 41 pip trade. So it was all good. It was all gravy. We were still moving forward. Yeah, so that was basically that. And then I had, you know, just a quick reassessment. I saw that obviously, again, just following momentum, just like this, keeping it simple, following momentum. Obviously, we're still doing buys, price pushed above. So let me go down to the lower time frames. I'll show you guys what I did. I took an impulse entry here to follow after just like a couple minutes to follow that trend. A really quick scalp. It pushed up, it came back down. When I saw it exhausting, I got out. Quick 16 pips, stop loss was in place, whatever, we just got out. Cool, 16 pips, it is what it is. And then price had created structure now. So now we're seeing structure, higher lows, higher highs. Obviously we're on the 5 minute, it's showing a lot more detail. So I saw that structure, I saw that pullback again. I entered another buy up to the top here, 21 pips, done. So yeah, quick trades, 2 quick scalps. Those were the only trades I took outside of the time of midnight and 3 a.m. And it was just because, you know, there were impulse entries. I saw the opportunity. You know, was this Thursday? No, this was Friday. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. Yeah, so this is Friday. So this was 3 trades I took. Why do I keep doing this? 3 trades I took on Friday. This was my longest trade. You know, it was from midnight to 8 in the morning. I was in that trade 8 hours and I lost the trade. And then within a matter of what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, whatever. Within like less than 2 hours, I made more than I lost in 8 hours. So just take that in. Oops, I just kicked the camera. So just take that in. In less than 2 hours, I made more than I lost in 8 hours. So that's the beauty of Forex. Honestly, like, what can I really say? That's just what happens, you know? Sometimes you just gotta be level-headed, be okay with your risk. So it's all just kind of how you look at the market. This is just how I personally look at the market, and it's been working for me. So yeah, those were the trades I took this week. 42 pips overall in total gained. So, you know, if you're thinking a dollar lot size, that's $420 if you want to think of it like that, generally speaking, without, you know, obviously charges and swaps and whatever. But yeah, pretty profitable week. I'm very happy. So let's clear the chart and let's do a quick analysis real quick, because I don't know what time we're at right now. But yeah, okay. So really, now I'm gonna go to the weekly actually. Let's check the weekly. The monthly is just bullish. We already know the monthly is bullish. I mean, I can show you guys it's bullish. So yeah, it's bullish. So as you can see, man, we're just pushing up. Let's just see how many pips this was, because 293 standard pips in 1 week. That is pretty darn good. So many opportunities that GJ provided this week. As we can see, yeah, that weekly candlestick was just very bullish. But as we can see, we're at an area where before, back in December 2019, where we had rejected pretty strongly from, where the bulls had exhausted, and we can even go back further and see, you know, if we circle areas like that, you can see that this is where price has had times where it has just pushed down. I can keep going back, it's been pushing down. Yes, there were times where it had pushed up as a support, but for the most part, it has been resistant. So look at my drawings. So yeah, that's pretty interesting to know that now we are at this area. And what is more interesting to see is that price was not able to close above, but instead what it did was it tapped it. It tapped this high resistance area and it pulled back, creating that top wick and closing underneath it. So that's pretty interesting, you know, just to see. Going down to the daily, we see that there is that bearish doji just right at the top, just beautiful, just boom, right there. So I'm very curious to see if we're gonna get a push down of some sort of strong push down before maybe a possible further push up. We will see how that works this week. What else do I see on the daily? Yeah, and I think the difference that I see when I look at these, like when I kind of compare this to this, let's say for example, you can see that this was pretty impulsive when on the daily, when price had pushed up, it was just straight bear or straight bull candlesticks. But when we go here, we see more of structure. We see more higher lows, higher highs. And this is just like my eyes. This is just what I'm seeing. You know, you can see something different, but I see that there is that higher low, higher high structure. So that's pretty interesting to see that instead of it just kind of pushing up on impulse, it gradually got itself up there. So that might mean that, you know, we might be wanting to push up. The pound might be wanting to kind of break this area eventually, but we have to wait and see. You know, it's likely to expect a pullback before that. So yep, again, just higher low, higher high structure on the 4 hour we see. For me, I would be looking for sells below this area. I would have to see a close below here. And then maybe, you know, just riding price down, like that's 80 pips, like that's more than enough. So I would wait for a close below and kind of catch maybe like a 40 pip move in between that. If I see price closing below, especially on the higher time frame, like the 4 hour, if I see a close below here, absolutely I'm taking that sell. That would be a pretty beautiful trade if I may say so myself. Hopefully it will work out if I see that opportunity. Buys, I would just have to wait. Honestly, I don't want to take any buys in this area. No sir, no ma'am. Not in this area. I'm waiting for price to close above here. We need some strong candlesticks above here. We need a retest and we need a, okay, let me just draw that better. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting carried away. I need a push up. I need a break. So push up break and a retest of this area with some confident candlesticks showing that we are moving up further. So that's what I want to see. Yeah. I wow out with these drawing tools. Again, just kind of going to the lower time frames, just showing you more detail. This is the 1 hour. You can see that price started to move sideways, and as we go lower, we'll see that more clearly, but we see that price is moving sideways and just kind of pushed down. So now it was in that consolidation phase and now it's pushing down. We need to see if structure is going to continue or if we're just going to get consolidation, ranging, which often happens. You know, when price rallies so hard, you can expect it to start to consolidate. You know, it needs to exhaust and kind of gather liquidity to move up. This is a 30-minute chart. Yeah, so you can see prices moving sideways. Again, just the same thing we're seeing. Like I said, just I need to see a close below this area. I need to see this part broken below and a close underneath for me to feel comfortable for any sells, and I need to see price pulling up here for any buys. Yeah, or even, you know, if I'm looking at the 30-minute, I really like, just because it kind of, obviously it shows enough detail, but like not too much where you get confused. If we're looking at this area here, of course, a close above here would be nice just because, you know, you can take the chance of riding it back up to here to see if, you know, a double top can be formed. But more so what I look at is, okay, what's my risk to reward? So if I enter here, what would my risk be? Okay, if I can do like, you know, 25, 30 pips, what's my reward? Okay, it's gonna be double that, 1 to 2 risk reward. Okay, that makes sense. So maybe I will look for a trade in that area. But if the risk to reward doesn't make sense, I'm not gonna take the trade. So we'll see what happens, we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, honestly, I feel like I was just like talking so quickly just now, but I just wanted to make this video as quick as possible. That is my outlook on GJ. You guys can slow down the video if you need to hear what I was saying. But yeah, thanks for stopping by to check out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. Smash that like button. I always appreciate it. And also comment down below. Let me know what currency pairs or instruments you're looking at this week and what your game plan is. I hope you guys have a phenomenal week in terms of trading. I really, really do. And last but not least, do not forget to subscribe so you know when I post another video. And in the meantime, feel free to check out any of my other videos on this channel and my other channel, Candace BTV. Check out yo girl, okay? Check out the behind the scenes, who I really am, the real person, my real, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know me. Oh my gosh, my hair. I need to trim it properly. It's getting to me, y'all, it's getting to me. Let me just put it all the way back. It's still not looking good. Oh my God. But yes, lovely people, like I said, I hope you have a great trading week, but I also hope you have a great week in general. You are excellent, you are great, you are magnificent. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I felt the need to just testify. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing, incredible, flourishing day, week, and life. Bye.